In this video, I'm going to answer a viewer's question about how to become a better tech and how to learn more. So this video is going to be full with value, so y'all stay tuned and check out this video. Here we go. Okay guys, welcome back. This is G Fabre with Cool G's there. Today I want to answer a viewer's question, a subscriber's question. He asked a video. This is Sir SB. He said 3 months ago, into the HVAC school here in Northern California. As a black man fairly new in the field, I'm enjoying the valuable information being learned and taught to me through labs in school and the rest online and through the books. As I'm watching your videos, they are very informative. And is there any advice and information you can give in learning more about being the best technician I can be? Fabulous question. That's a great question, Sir SB. So I got two answers for you. Actually, the two topics. The first one is how do you learn more? And the first way, I did make some notes because I want to miss anything. That's an amazing question. But in this, to answer that question, to learn more, how to learn more. The first thing I put is things that help me in my travels in this industry is at the supply house. When you go to these supply houses in your area, talk to the people behind the desk. Get to know their names. Number one, get to know their names. Okay, so when you go inside the door, greet them by their name. Start engaging conversation. Those people are huge values and resources because they can point you in the right direction when you got to get certain parts. They can guide you in a lot of different directions about new products that's on the market. But at the supply house, you even meet other techs. I've met old schoolmates at these supply houses, old schoolmates. I've met other technicians at the supply house that I've worked with. So at the supply house, that's a huge resource for you to think about it. You're in the same arena as people that's in your field. Okay, so the supply house is number one. Number two is work with other contractors. Now, there's a particular guy who I work with every now and again. Every time I seem to go out with him, he has this new tool. He has these tools that bore the copper lines that help me stop getting fittings. I see his torch set is different than mine. I use MAP gas. He uses I think it's called it's a acetylene tank, but there's no oxygen with it. He uses that. Little things that he has, just tools that he has. When I see that the tools that he has, I'm like, man, I gotta get that. The third one is the third answer to that question: how do you learn more in this field? Is what you're doing right now. Watch these videos. Watch videos about how to install this or how to install that. I had to learn about dampers. I learned about dampers through watching YouTube videos. There's a million videos on how-tos on YouTube, and I encourage some of you guys to make some of these videos so through your life's journeys you can help others learn more in this field. The fourth thing is take equipment apart. When I do swap outs, well, when I first start doing swap outs, the old equipment I would bring home. I got a big pile of scrap outside right now I need to go ahead and dispose of. But my girl, she don't like it out there, but it is what it is. But take certain pieces of equipment apart. If you take a furnace apart and you take it, everything, take it apart slowly because it's garbage, so you can go ahead and mess it up if you need to. But take pieces apart and kind of see what they do. Take them apart. Condenser units, take them apart. When I scrap them down for scrap, I gotta take off the fan. So to take off the fan off the motor, you need an actual pulley. Sometimes they'll fall right off, but oftentimes you need a pulley. I take off the contactors. I take off the capacitors. I see how it's wired. If it got a hard start, I check out the hard start. I test those parts. A compressor. When I take the compressors out, if you can take one out, you can damn near put one in. So take your pieces of equipment apart when you got them to scrap. Just take them apart and just see how things is put back together. The fifth thing is, Sir SB, is take classes, man. This field is a field that's forever changing and always evolving. and there's classes being offered somewhere everywhere. So contact your supply house, get the little magazines or whatnot, the HVAC magazines, and I'm starting a class next week. Tuesday it's a 3-day class. Take these classes. Some of these classes cost money, some are free, but take the classes. So that's in a nutshell and real quick. That's an example of how to learn more in this field. I mean, going to school is great. They're going to teach you certain things in school, but there's certain things in the field they don't teach you. Like, for example, like I said, when I was in the classroom is great. It's a great opportunity to learn stuff in the classroom, and you should go to school. I recommend school. But however, in the classroom, they had a condenser unit here, and next to the condenser unit was the furnace, and next to the furnace was the thermostat. Okay, so everything is pretty much in arm's reach. But when I went to the first person's house, or one of the first few houses that I had to go to for a service call, the furnace was in the attic, 3 stories up. The condenser unit was outside, slanted on the hill, and the thermostat was in the house somewhere, was in the house. So one thing I learned by being in the field is your equipment is spread apart, and you got to be efficient to be able to. And back when I first started, man, I was starting the furnace, the thermostat, the condenser unit. Sometimes I'm going to all 3 units, and sometimes you don't have to, but at times you do. But the school was definitely a great place to learn. But just out of all those things that I talked about, man, is just go with all 5. You got to learn some of the stuff through other technicians. You're going to learn the stuff through other technicians. You're going to learn some stuff at the supply house. You're going to learn some stuff being in the field. Just be a white belt. Black belt, they kind of they kind of know. They've been in the game, so they kind of know a lot of stuff. But if you keep yourself to be a white belt, as a student in the field, because we're all students, because things is always changing. So, you got to kind of keep up with this shit, because it's a lot to learn. And we don't expect you to learn everything in one day, 1 year, couple years. I've been in the game 11 years, and I'm still learning. Okay, so great question, Sir SB. I appreciate you asking that question, and I made this video specifically for you and other ones who have that same question, because some people have questions that they don't ask, and that's a 6th thing. That's a bonus. Ask questions. There was a guy who I worked with before I even got into HVAC. I used to watch him do some work. And he used to work so slow and tedious and explain everything that he was doing. I like working with guys like that. But then you got some guys who just work. They don't talk out their thoughts. They don't talk out their ideas. They don't say what they're, they don't say what they're doing, which is fine too, because some people work like that. But ask questions, man. Ask questions at the supply house. Ask questions at people you meet in the supply house. Don't be standoffish in these supply houses. If somebody is there, say hello. Meet them. If they got their name on the shirt, say, "What's up, man?" Just rap to them, get their phone number, because you're going to need help. I mean, we all need help in this field. You're going to need help. And the one way to ensure that you get the help is ask questions. So, Sir SB, man, I appreciate that question. Because like I said, there's other people who have questions they don't ask. So how do you expect to learn if you don't ask? Now, the second part of your question, and I'm going to answer that in this video as well, was how do you become a better tech? Okay, another awesome question. And I'm going to cover everything in the same video. It's going to be short, so y'all watch to the end because there's going to be some good, valuable information here. The first thing is buy tools, bro. You got to have certain tools. And there's certain tools that, there's certain tools that you may not need, but there's going to be certain tools that you're going to need that you don't have. But buy tools. When I was working in the field, on the job, every pay period, I would go get a tool. I would go get a new tool, because if I go to a particular job, you got to have the little keys for the service ports. You got to have, obviously gauges. You want to have, there's 1,000 tools that I can name that you want to have tools. The second thing is integrity. Okay, when you out to become a better tech, man, you got to have, or the best tech, to be the best tech that you can be, you need to have integrity in this field. Integrity, okay? Because your integrity is going to follow, it's going to follow you. My son's mother is down in South Florida, and I'm up in Atlanta. And she know I'm in HVAC, and her AC went out one time. So I called my brother. He turned me on to a dude, and I sent him over to the house. And he fixed the AC, but he stole the water hose nozzle. Okay, because she told me, she said, I go out there and I water I spray down the dog cage every day. So when he left, I went to go spray the dog cage. There was no water house. There was no water nozzle. So for some of you guys, you know, I don't know your background. I'm not trying to judge you, but don't be stealing at people's houses. Don't take nothing. Don't try not to borrow nothing. When I'm at people's houses, I don't want to borrow nothing. Okay? They say, you want some water? I got water. They say, you want this? I got it. I mean, everything I need. I don't want to borrow nothing from the homeowner unless I absolutely, positively have to. Because if you got to borrow something from the homeowner, it's like you don't have all your equipment. And that shows that you have that you're not going to be the best tech if you got to borrow something from the homeowner. The third thing is it's pretty cool too is I'm on Facebook, and there's a lot of HVAC Facebook groups that talks about certain problems, certain situations that people run into. There's Facebook groups that talks about it. I had an issue the other day. I ran into an issue the other day that it was a heat pump freezing over, but it wasn't freezing over. It's what they call banding. Okay, and when I saw that, banding is like one line of ice around the heat pump. They call that banding. And I had never seen that before. I changed the defrost board thinking it was a defrost board, but guess what? I had to go back because it wasn't a defrost board. Okay, so you know, I automatically assumed it was a defrost board because it was freezing over, but check this out, man. You know, join those Facebook groups because I was in that Facebook group, I kind of had an idea of what it was after the fact because I saw that banding situation after I saw it. Well, I went to the problem, but then I saw it on Facebook like a day or two after that. So join the Facebook groups on HVAC Facebook groups, and there's quite a few of them on there, and you can just join those. The fourth thing is be willing to learn. You know, and because you're in school, because you're in the field, and because you asking those questions, obviously you are willing to learn. So just be willing to learn this field, and that's going to make you the best tech that you can be. Be willing to learn, ask the tough questions, work with other HVAC techs. All these things are good little tidbits that can make you a better technician and help you learn. So, Sir SB, I appreciate you asking that question. I made this video kind of short and sweet, but very impactful, and hopefully this video helps you. And if you got a question, feel free, leave a comment, write the question. You got a lot of trolls out here, but you know we kind of like ignore the trolls, and we're working. We're working toward a bigger and a better future for ourselves. So HVAC is a great field to be in, man. You picked an excellent field. So just work, learn, do your thing, bro. Much success to you. If you got any other questions, don't hesitate, man. Email me, leave a comment, even call me on the phone. Okay, but till next time, guys. Hope you guys be safe out there. Make it a great year. 2021 is now, and go ahead and make your goals and let's get to that next level. Till next time, folks. I'm out. Peace.